Recording? Alright, so today we'll be working on my 1993 Yamaha VXR PRO. It has a WRB 700, which is a 2-cylinder, 2-stroke engine. Now the problem that we will be addressing is a very, very hard misfire caused by this bad boy right here. It is the spark plug cable coil assembly. It consists of the spark plug caps, the wires, and the coil itself. Now the tools you'll be needing for this are a Phillips screwdriver, preferably in a number 3, a 1/4-inch ratchet, an extension, and a metric socket set, along with a box cutter or other sharp knife, and finally, an ice cold drink. Alright, you're going to want to start by removing your negative battery cable by unscrewing the Phillips bolt that's on top of it. Move the cable over to the side so it doesn't contact the terminal, and then screw the bolt back into it so you don't lose the pieces. Then you're going to take your 12mm socket on an extension. You're going to find two 12mm bolts on either side of your electrical box. It'll be about midway on the sides. You'll loosen those. Alright, now for this bolt over here, your regular 3-inch extension will do just fine. However, for the bolt on the other side, you're going to need something a little bit shorter. Now what I use is a 1/4, 1/4 socket. Put in your little adaptable screwdriver adapter to a 1/4-inch socket. That gives you just enough extension to get this bolt down here. Alright, now after you've gotten the bolts on either side loosened, you're going to pull out your positive battery cable through the wall behind it. Then you want to make sure your plug wires are out of the holder and disconnected. Give it a twist and it should pop right off. You want to pull this off the wall straight forward, then slide it out, and be careful not to pull on any wires. Now you may have to remove the wire ties down here so that you can get a little bit extra play in your wires. Now after you take that off, you have to take out, well, I don't know how many there are, but all these Phillips screws. Alright, now after you remove all the screws, you want to separate the cap from the electronics box. You want to flip it over a little bit and crack this open nice and slow. You're going to have to push out some of the grommets that go around the external hose wires. Now we're going to set this cap over here to the side. Now as you can see, the piece that we will be replacing is right here. It's held in by 2 Phillips or flathead screws. I'm going to take those out now. After you've removed your Phillips screws, it simply pulls right off. You'll find your connector cables right here underneath the positive battery cables. Now they should just pop off. You just pull this right off, assuming your cable's going to get caught on something. Now come over here. Now here's the part that you need the box cutter for. Take the box cutter, and if your new one doesn't come with these grommets, you need to make a very fine incision right here, and you need to do it as sharp as possible. Make as thin a cut as possible, and they just pop right off. Now this is the new coil. I'm making this video after I did it the first time. See these? Now all you gotta do is slip them right on with the big end on the outside, they slip right around the new one, as you can see. Now, to install, all you gotta do is figure out, remember which cables went where, and they have male and female connectors, so you can't mess this up. You simply plug it back in until it clicks. Alright, and you want to tighten these screws back down. Alright, now once you get this back together, make sure it's in there good now. You will put your screws back in here. So once you put your cover back on and put all your screws in, grab your positive battery cable, make sure all your wires are lined up where they need to go so they're not tangling up. And before you push this down in here too far and get it on your bolts, take your cable and put it through the hole in the back wall. Then simply align the bolt holes and slip the electronics case into place. Then you want to take your 12mm nut and washer and reinstall it. Grab your positive battery cable and reinstall it. Replace that as well. Alright. You get your covers seated back on. Make sure your battery's in there good. Grab your key. Test fire it. You may need to hold your choke, but this one starts up every time just about. There you have it. Replace coil.